Welcome to Sweet Soul Pilates. Please remember to engage your core, protect your spine, breathe, and be sweet to you. Today we have a 16-minute hourglass sculpt express class. So come on down to your mat, onto your knees in a seated position, and we'll raise our arms overhead 4 times as we take some deep breaths here. And now we'll come onto our hands and knees as we stretch into a child's pose stretch. Feel free to bring both of your hands to the right side of your mat to stretch out your left side. And then bring your hands towards the left side of your mat to stretch out your right side. And back to center. And then we'll roll ourselves up and lean back onto our hands and arms for a stretch. And our first move of the day will be on our hands and knees, extending our right leg and our left arm. We'll be lifting both up at the same time, and then bringing both in towards our chest, towards our center, back to extension. So we're taking a bit of a lift with the leg and arm, squeezing into center towards our chest, back to extension. And now we'll be on both of our hands, and we're going to extend our right leg, lifting it up, and then bringing our knee to our chest, back to a leg lift. Nice and controlled here. Really lifting that leg up and squeezing in towards your chest. And now we'll bring everything over to the other side, this time extending our left leg and our right arm, lifting both, and coming towards center, back to extension and a lift. And back to our hands and knees. We'll be extending that left leg, taking those leg lifts and bringing our knee towards our chest, back to a leg lift, and repeat. And now we'll come to the center of our mat, coming down onto our left knee, extending the right. So we're a bit raised off the mat. We'll place our hands behind our head, and we'll drop one elbow down towards our waist and the other. Nice and controlled here. And now we'll switch sides, coming onto our right knee, extending the left leg, hands behind our head, bringing our elbows down towards our waist, alternating sides. And now let's come back down onto our hands and knees. We're going to start with our right leg, taking some hip circles in one direction, whichever you choose. And in a moment here, we'll take those hip circles in the other direction that you started with. Let's begin. And now we'll do the same, working our left leg and hip. Whichever side you decide to start with, let's take those hip circles on our left leg. And in a moment here, we'll take them the other direction. Let's go. And now we'll come down onto our left hip. A little bit of a combo move here. Legs bent, feet together. We're going to take a hip raise as we open up into a clamshell. So you're lifting your hips as you open up that top leg and bring that bottom leg up slightly, opening and closing. Feel free to place your hand on your hip or down on your mat for additional support. And this is your reminder to breathe. And now let's extend that top leg and our arm. And we're going to lift both up towards the center for a tap, back to extension, and repeat. So you're just lifting that leg up, meeting it with your hand, back to extension. And keeping this position here, this time we're going to swing our leg forward, meeting it with our hand as well. Back to extension and repeat. Kicking that leg forward, nice and controlled. Breath is flowing freely. And now we'll take everything over to our right hip. So we'll come down, legs bent, hand on our hip or on the mat. And we'll be taking those hip raises, opening up those legs for a clam. And then let's extend that top leg, bringing our arm overhead. And we'll be lifting both towards the center, meeting our hand and our foot, and back to extension. And just like last time, keeping this position, leg extended, arm extended, swinging that leg forward, meeting it with your hand, and back to extension. And now let's come around to a seated position, laying flat with our legs slightly bent, shuffling your feet forward towards your hips a little bit. And we're going to take some hip raises, tucking that pelvis under as we lift and tap back down. Lifting those hips up and down. And now we'll take some hip raises again, but this time we're going to drop our knees open to butterfly. So we're raising our hips up, opening those legs and closing. Staying up in that hip raise. Your glutes will drop back down naturally as you open up your knees. And to close out today's class, no timer on this last move, but let's come up on our tippy toes, hips raised, and we're just going to take some pulses, just a few. And hold it for a few seconds. can, drop your hips down, hug your knees in, roll side to side. And then we'll roll ourselves up to seated, coming around back onto our knees, just how we opened up class, sitting on our feet. We'll raise both of our arms overhead 3 times as we take some deep breaths. And we are done for the day. I will see you next time.